What is good, collective? I'm here at the video and I'm also laying down in my chair, so I'm kind of laxed out, just kind of vibing. But I have face y'all better. But like, I got some downloads. And though, though whatever cycle you're in is ending, people still want to like lie about you in secret, which is like, that's their fault. But you have someone who's still in your energy. I feel you might not even know this person, which is like the craziest part. There's literally just might be someone that someone told of you and they just don't like you, just not to like you, like one of those crazy people. But someone wants to continue to lie about you and lie secretly about you. It could, like, you already have a lot of people looking at you at this time because you're elevating, you're different. Like, people see you as like, oh, like, you're not who I thought you were, you're different, I don't know who you are anymore. And that gives a reason. Oh my gosh, excuse me for that huge oxygen outtake there. But that explains why so many people are like coming back into your life, or like why you have people from your past like coming in, and it's like you have all these new offers coming up and stuff. You just have people in your energy who are very like curious about you, because it's like they knew your story but not who you were, is what I'm hearing. And now people are seeing both, and that's causing a lot of people to not only regret but also just to like dislike you more as well, like half and half. Like, people are weird and people are sane. People will be people, people are weird. So sit up. But yeah, like, people, like, don't be surprised whenever you have things happening to you, or you have these blessings happening for you and stuff like that. It's just like people see all your effort that you put in. People see all the work that you've been putting in. People see like everything that you've done, and a lot of people know your past, and a lot of people know bits of your past. So it's like, I'm getting like people coming together and like putting together your story, either from like hearing shit, or like looking things up about you, or things that you've told certain people, things like that. And everyone's confused. No one knows who you are but you, which is good. Keep it that way for a minute, because you're changing, you're evolving very rapidly, very fast at this time. Oh my god, I can't sit still. I can't sit still. The energy's all over the place. But yeah, like, you have a lot of people's attention. My chair is moving now too. Damn. No, things are just moving. All right, you have the attention of multiple people, of yourself, of God, of your spirit team, your ancestors. Like, everyone's eyes are on you at this time, and not in a bad way. It's just some people are mean like that, you know what I mean? But you're fine, you're protected, and you're loved. You're very loved. Despite what's thrown at you, you're loved. People love how strong you are, and some people might not understand. This might not click, but I'm telling you from like personal experience, okay? And just knowing how emotions are. A lot of the people that do the worst to you love you the most. It's just like, they don't love the new you. They love a past version of you, and that's still love towards you, and you still feel that love, but you transmute it to your higher self, and it's like, oh, well, I'll take this because this feels good, and that because that feels good, but the rest of that is trash, so it goes back to center. And that's basically what you've been doing, is what I'm picking up on. It's just like, you're transmuting all this energy, you're transmuting all these projections, and you're like healing from them, because you realize that people are mirrors, and it's like, well, if this is being projected onto me, maybe I'm doing this. Maybe I seem like I'm doing this, or like maybe I'm like portraying somehow that I'm doing this. And like, even if you're not, it's like, it's one of those healthy things where it's like, you dig through and it's like, okay, well, this isn't it, that isn't it, and it's definitely not this, but I can see where this could be rooted from, and you'll heal that up. It's like, you do it without even thinking. and these projections that you don't even know about, but like, I don't know, like music that you listen to, or like images that you see, things that are constantly showing up in your life. You're like healing because of those things showing up in your life, and you're getting these messages, and it's like you're healing from it. Sorry, I got stuff all up in me. I'm like in the middle of eating as well, but it's like you have all these things coming towards you, and it's just like it's an influx of energy. So you might be uncomfortable, you might not know what to do. That just be you, because you are perfect the way you are. I'm getting literally like feeling the energy that I'm talking about, which is you collective. It's this warm, loving, it's just warmth. It's like a motherly or a fatherly love that like not many people experience, sadly, but it's like you're abundant in just love. You are love, you're light. You carry yourself with such integrity and like dignity, and the things that you do them so gracefully and with so much passion, and like the way you succeed at things, it's like you make things look so easy, but it's like it's only easy because you love it, and you had to learn how to love, which is very hard to do. It's very like learning love is a whole. Listen, I my whole spiritual journey has been like learning emotions. I love learning emotions because I like. There's an airplane flying above, so I think that's confirmation. But it's like there's so many emotions that the human can feel, but we all feel them. So I'm like, well, I want to know how does this emotion feel to me, and how can I see if that affects someone else the same way or not, and it's stuff like that. And just knowing that feeling of love, that feeling of like, oh, like, so like you are comfort, you are this feeling that people look for, but it's like they want to just grab onto you and not let you go, which is unhealthy. Which is what you've gone through the same things too, collective. Like you've met someone that you really loved, and you held on the fuck onto them, and then it's like, well, now I don't want to be with you because you're like you're toxic to me, you're draining me, you're obsessing. And it is like you've had to realize that. I'm not saying this is like past experiences, by the way, and like you've healed from that, and you've learned like, okay, this is like a boundary for how much you can, how much you can't, and you've just learned to pick that up with certain different people, because you've learned like how to read people in their past, and you look at their soul, you look at their heart. You don't look at them as like, oh, you're that, or like, oh, hey, Jim. You don't look at them as Jim. You look at Jim as like, oh, you are as a whole, like a spirit, an entity. You're a creator. What do you want to create, and why can't you create it? Is what you've learned to look into. Or maybe this is an awakening for you to start doing that. Take it as it resonates. But you transmute without even realizing it. And it's one of those things where I picked up people are just feeding your fire. Like the more people throw at you, the better you are. The better, because it's just like you don't stop. And you won't. I pick up that you won't stop. It's one of those things where it's like, I've never had to depend on anyone. I mean, no. Reversal. I've always had to depend on someone, is what you're feeling. Like but no one is always there for me. Like I'm always there for people, but no one's there for me. So I have to be there for myself, and that's what's pushed you this way. But everyone else has always been like in a group. They've always like had people around them, and it's like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, yada yada yada. But like, can you? Can you do it by yourself? Can you do it without support? Can you be your supporter? And that's the hardest thing, and that's why a lot of people don't like you, because you're your own supporter, and they want you to need them for support, and it's like you don't. And some people do this. A lot of people do this to you, collective, that I'm picking up. I was gonna say something, but like it's not even like spirit took that thought and threw it away. But like you're the one-man army, is what I'm picking up. You're the jack of all trades. You know of just enough of everything that you need to do what you need to do. So don't be afraid. Don't let your own, like, you can only stop yourself, and that's something that you've probably realized very, very quickly on this journey. Is only you can stop yourself. It's only you can put out forest fires. You know, only you can put out your own flame. But I'll let Smokey the Bear. But it's like, I don't know, these people just, they're in awe about you. They're scared because it's like, oh, like, they're scared of you and the fact that, because it's just like, you know what's going on. But it's not only like just because you're intuitive, it's also like, oh, you're also a hard worker. So you're not just using magic for everything. You actually went through the work to be this intuitive. You actually went through the work to to trust yourself in this way. And that's what scares a lot of people, especially with the heart of gold and the warmth and love that you have, because it's like, you've been betrayed a lot. You've been thrown to the curb a lot, and it's like, you still love with the same heart. Like, you have, like, people just don't understand that. But it's one of those things where it's like, you just understand. You understand where people are because you've been there, and you don't come from a place of judgment. You come from a place of understanding where it's like, yeah, I've been there. I've been jealous of people in my past. Like, you know, I'm speaking for myself. Like, yeah, I've been jealous in the past before. Like, I know how it all is, you know. But it's like, it comes from a space of understanding now, because it's like, I understand why. Like, I can get that. Because it's like, I wish I had that shit, but like, I don't know how to start. I don't know where to begin. So it's like, well, I guess I could just make fun of this person, so I feel better about where I'm at in my position. But that only holds you back, because you're so focused on that other person that, like, you're giving them energy. You're giving them the fuel that they need. A hater is the number one motivator. Like, that's just the truth. I'm getting confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. So if my eyes are like looking up, that's why. But like, don't. What was coming up in my head right now is feminine energy is stronger than masculine. Always has been, always will. Feminine is a creator. It's the birth, it's the creation of life. Water is always beats a rock. Water always beats rock. A rock can sit around for decades, but as long as water will hit it, it will erode in time. Like, you are water. You're so fluid. Oh goodness, confirmation. I'm getting hiccups and stuff, but it's like, you're beautiful. You're water. You're the source of life. You help. Like, water is an integral part of, like, life, and you flow with everything, and you just, like, there are no words in the English language to fully say what I'm trying to say, but it's the feeling that this invokes that, like, is what I'm trying to convey. It's felt, not heard, which is what I always say, because I just have a speech impediment. Like, I can't speak very well, but when I say things, and I've noticed it, because it's not just me, I notice it when I talk to anyone, it hits. And when it hits, it hits. Now, it might not make sense the first time, but the second time it comes around, it's like, oh, that's what you meant. Because it's the feeling. It's not the words, it's the feeling. It's always been about the feeling. People can say whatever they want about you, but it depends on how you feel about that. That changes everything. Life is an emotional roller coaster, okay? So to deny feeling those feelings only backs up that roller coaster to the point where everything shoots out, and it's like, well, now I can't do anything because I have to deal with all this now, and like, there's like broken carts and people flying out and everything, and it's like, come on. So the morals of this whole ramble rant is, feel your emotions. You're doing great still. Like, don't be afraid to do new things. You're alone for a reason, is what I'm also hearing. God has isolated you to show you who you are and who you were in the past, and who these people, who the connections you had in the past with, why they existed the way they did, and how you exist the way you do now. So you all are doing great though, always. And even if you're not doing great, it's okay. Don't lie to yourself. All right. Take a harsh day off. Sleep all day if you have to. Do what you need to do to refuel your energy, because it's you and it's not anyone else. Okay. I love you so much. The moon and back. Thank you all for the support.